Hi, good afternoon, guys. Today, I'm very happy to have the opportunity to speak directly with our guest star today. He is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is the best-selling finance book of all time. He started a company and taught people how to have a rich mentality. And one thing I love about him is that he always sees things in a good perspective. So, in front of my screen, there is already Robert. Hi, Robert. How are you today?
Hi, Reni. I'm fine today. I'm pretty good right now. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. What are your activities now?
Right now, I'm doing some business, of course, because I'm a businessman, and do some motivation in a TED Talk. And sometimes I teach young people how to use their time with correctly.
Yeah, so today is a nice day. I can spend time with you, and today we will discuss about how the journey of a Robert to get to this point. Uh, I have a simple question I'm going to ask my guest today. I know you are investor, entrepreneur, writer, and motivator, and certainly you are a rich man who has everything. So I want to know, how did you get rich, Robert?
Well, such story it began when I was 9 years old. I asked about my teacher why we don't learn about money in school because we want to know how to rearrange the money, how to get money, and how to spend it correctly and use the money with correctly. But the teacher says we don't teach money in school. So why don't you teach money? The teacher can answer that, and then he says to me, "Ask your father," because back then my father was a head teacher in my school. So I asked him directly, "Dad, why don't we learn about money?" And then my dad says, "Because the government don't want we know about money." And I ask again, "Why the government don't want we to learn about money?" Because the government have some because the government says to us there's something that we can teach and we don't, and something that we can't teach. And then why the government doing that? I don't know, son. Maybe you can ask your dad's friend. Yep. And then I go into my friend's house, and then meet his father. His father is entrepreneur, by the way, and he have a lot of money, a lot of hotel, a lot of house, and his house is kind of big like that. I'm just like, wow, how can this guy get rich, and how get this guy have a lot of money like that? I was curious because back then there is no school that teach about money, but how this guy get money, a lot of money. And then just come inside, say hi to my friend, and then meet his father and ask him, "Can you teach me about money?" And he say, "Yes, of course. Come with me." I follow him to his backyard, and he show me the board games. I believe that you already know that it's a Monopoly. It's a Monopoly game. So
Okay.
I play with him, a Monopoly like that. He teach me about the hotel, about the house on a Monopoly like that, and a business from on a Monopoly. While we play, I ask him, uh, when we learn about money, we just playing a Monopoly, and then he says that I teach you right now. I'm just confused. We just playing Monopoly right now, and then he says that um, this is money is this is we learn about money right now. And then I just like, no, it's not learn about money. It's a playing Monopoly, just game, just board game. And he said, look closely. This is all a business, a hotel, a house like that. It's all his business. And do you see the hotel right there? He asked me like that, and that is my hotel. He pointed his hotel right from his backyard, and it's like that is his hotel. It's a kind of big hotel, and he point again in Monopoly. That's my hotel. So the business from the hotel and houses and real estate like that. Oh, so that's how we get the money. Actually, to get the money, it's not from a hotel and the real estate, but that's one of them to get money. And I'm just like, okay, so all of this business is just like a board game of Monopoly. And from that I learned about money. But then when I would grow up, I start to borrow money, because I don't have a lot of money back then. I borrow money from the bank, and then I bought an asset from that money that I got from the bank. I started with small, and then it's working, and then got a great success, and yeah, and that's it. I can get rich
So, what is the reason you love being an entrepreneur and being a real estate guy?
because I always trade from the inside, and I know the deal, and I'm the deal. And because why I love the real estate is because it's just like a board game of Monopoly. I learned a lot from the board game of Monopoly, so I know a lot about the real estate and about the hotel business like that.
Okay, but I think some people don't know what the difference between asset and non-asset. So, what do you think about that?
Well, I agree with that because a lot of people is don't know about the asset. I agree with that. They don't know what they have to buy. They don't know what they want and they don't know what they need. They borrow money for themselves, not for uh you know um circle money. No, not circle money. Uh they 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 borrow money from the bank and they buy something that they want, not what they need. I can get rich because I borrow money and I bought an asset. So what is an asset actually? An asset is something that you can use to make more money. Okay, some people borrow money from the bank and then buy a house. That's what they want, but they don't use the house for the asset. So how do we use the house for the asset? We buy the house and then we rent the house. So the house is become an asset. We buy a car and then rent it for people that want to use it. Then we buy a car and that is an asset. People just buy a car for themselves. People buy a house for themselves. People buy something for themselves, not for other people, not for people that need it. If you have something and then people need that, you can lend them, you can rent it to them, and then it's become a money. But people don't use that. People have a money and people have a house and people have a car or people have something that people need it, but they don't rent it or they don't use it as an asset. They use it for themselves.
Okay. Um, but some people always complaining about their life and not saying other people problems as an opportunity. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that?
Well, I agree with that. I see a lot of people complaining about that. People always complain about their problem. People always don't see other problem as an opportunity. You should see other people's problem as an opportunity to make money. Actually, for example, there's a company in Indonesia called Gojek. He see other people's problem like they have a lot of motorcycle, but people in Indonesia don't use a motorcycle for an asset. They bought a motorcycle for themselves. They use it for to go to the market or to deliver the children to go to school or take home again and going to office like that. But they don't use it for an asset. And
Yeah.
then there is a company in Indonesia called Gojek. He see that a lot of motorcycle and we can use that motorcycle as an asset, like delivering food or delivering people, delivering goods like that. So I see that company is very great. And then if you see other people's problem as opportunity, that's a very great. So becoming an entrepreneur is not easy. It's hard because you have a problem for yourself, but you must solving others people's problem. So that's why I say become entrepreneur is hard because you're solving two problem. But sometimes you don't solving your own problems because you're solving other people's problems. But that's life. And then also, like I said, solving other people's problem is opportunity to make money. For example, if you can cure cancer right now, you will become instant trillionaire. Not just a millionaire or billionaire, but trillionaire.
Okay, you're very cool, Robert. I learned a lot from you today. So, before we finish, is there anything you want to say to the viewers at home?
Yeah. I want to say to the young people.
Okay.
Okay, for you still young, don't say I'm still young. Don't wait. Don't stall the time. Just do it, everything. Do it everything right now. Don't say I'm still young. I still can do that. I'm still young, I still can do that. No, don't say like that. Just do it something that you hate for the money, and do it something you like with that money, like that. Because do you think I like to become a motivator right now? No, I hate to become a motivator right now. I want to sleep right now. I want to do something that's in my age, like a relax. No, I'm not doing that. So do something that you hate for the money. Don't do a passion. Don't do something that passionate. Okay, something that you hate. But then you can do something later in your old age. So like I said, for young people, don't stall the time. Keep doing something right now. Don't stall the time.
Okay, thank you, Robert. And viewers, it doesn't feel like 15 minutes to have accompany you at home. And thank you for coming to my talk show today, Robert.
Yes.
For viewers at home, I apologize if there are any wrong words. And see you at the next meeting. And good afternoon.